Hey everybody, Stacey Nelson here, and right now I want to talk to you about actually getting your book out into the world. There are a lot more little tiny miscellaneous pieces than a lot of people really think about. You need to know how to get the ISBN number and where to publish it and how to do the price point, how to be found, how to market it, how to get readers. There's all kinds of mental work involved with the actual production of the product. But I want to take you back because that's not the most important part. Those are things that you can figure out how to do. Google can probably help you with most of them. There are a lot of really great programs out there that you can just, sit down and learn from. There are actual publishers who have tremendous programs who will take you through the writing all the way to the publication and the marketing. And that's great. All of that is great. I happen to be one of those people that likes to know what it is I'm doing and likes to figure it out. So self-publishing for me made a whole lot of sense because I'm in control of my product. I can take it off. I can edit it. I'm in control with how I market it, what I do with it. I can order copies and give them all away if I want to. So for me, that made a lot of sense to really look at my business in from here until however long. I have some friends who have published in a traditional way who have a lot of restrictions over how to actually just create an audiobook. I have a friend who created a course around some of her books, and she wasn't able to publish portions of the book because they belong to the publisher. So for me, that doesn't work. For me, I want to have the flexibility and the control. And yes, control is a big, long issue in my life. So that was really important around what I was creating as a creative product. Because even though we talk a lot about, your book being an expression of the soul, let's be really honest. It's a physical product. Whether you do an ebook or a printed book, you are creating a product. And when you create a product, there are lots of little details that you got to pay attention to. So we can take care of the details. For those of you who are coming to the retreat, we can spend however long you want to spend on the details, and I'll certainly give you the information, and we'll have a workbook of things that you can actually check off. So you can go through and check off those pieces and, cross off the ones that really just don't apply to where you want to go with what you're producing. But I want to bring you back because getting back to the most important part, and I think I got distracted. The most important part about actually publishing your book is actually completing the writing. Holy crap. Now, the beginning of the book is a little bit frustrating, like, where am I going? And you're getting all these ideas and it's all coming in. And then the middle of the book hits and it turns from like, oh, this is so much fun to, oh my God, I got to write again. And there's that little bit of drudgery, but it's still exciting and it still feels really good. And you're like, I'm going to do this. This is great. And then there's that last little piece, that last, like, I'm almost done. And for those of us who are starters and who are creators, that last little stretch, that I'm almost done, is probably the most painful part. I mean, think about, giving birth. The first part of pregnancies are like, ooh, tenuous, and then you get big, and then all of a sudden you're uncomfortable, and you're like, hell no, am I pushing this thing through, but I want it out. So the book process is a lot like that. And so I understood that for me, I needed somebody to not only get me started, but to give me the time and space and encouragement to actually finish it. Like, you're almost there, you're almost there. And I know people who kick out books like this, like, no problem, they just keep kicking them out. For me, it was a little bit more laborious. It was more like, I needed to really find the space and the inspiration to create. And then once I was creating and once I was in it, I had to find what felt really good in it. So I'm super excited because this retreat, the Badass Book Writing Weekend, is really just about being able to sit down, put your butt in a chair, and have somebody in front of you saying, you can do this. Where are we in this process? What needs to happen? How much more do you realistically have to do? And how much do you think you have to do? Because those two things very rarely match. And then being able to go back and have that read through and be like, here are the parts that still feel a little missing, like you're missing this piece, and you just have to write this one little piece and you're done. So that's the exciting part, to get rid of that last little bit and to really dive in to the details after the big juicy piece has been accomplished. So that's it. I love you guys. Hugs and kisses.